and this time I want to draw something a little bit more interesting. So I was just having a little look on here, and I just thought lizard vector or something like that. So we'd have a little look through and find something. Look at this, very cool. Something a little bit different to draw. That's quite nice. It's quite simple. I don't want to go too mad to start with. Yeah, it's cool. Let's go one with a white background because we don't really want to have the same issues that we do with. Yeah, that's cool. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to copy this. Obviously, again, this is a copyright image, and you need to make sure that at all times that you have the rights to resell these items. So this is purely for training purposes, this image. So we've copied and pasted this lizard into our document, and as you can see, we've got a nice path all the way around that. We can quite quickly whiz around that with the Bezier tool and make our lizard. Okay, so let's do that. Let's right click on that and let's lock the object down. So straight off, I think we're gonna, I don't know actually, let's just find something else. I want something a bit more exciting than that. It doesn't feel, let's go one that, let's have a little look. What else we got here? Quite like that one, that lizard. I like the find one with the white background. Yeah, that's cool. Let's do that. That looks better. That looks better. Okay, let's go over here and paste that down. And also, we've got no watermark from using somebody else's image either. I don't really want to get into trouble for that. Okay, that's great. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Now I want to show you a couple of ways of drawing this. Okay, first off, we're going to use the Bezier tool, and it's good practice to go around that object and just get used to using the curves. You're going to be coming in and out all the time. You've got some nice sweeps. It's very cool. Okay, so let's lock this object down. We don't want to be having that moving around while we're drawing, and we're going to go straight over to the Bezier tool, and I'm going to come down. We're going to start the lizard's head. Okay, so we're going to click there once, and we are going to just, if you want, actually, if it's going to make it easier for you, why don't we make that line a different color so we can see it. So this is yellow. I've right clicked on that color fill over there, so the color fill actually becomes a color line tool. So let's just do that and whiz around this very quickly. So as I'm moving, I'm dragging in different directions, as you can see, to get the feel of how the Bezier tool is working. And as I come around that way, I'm going to pull down, and that's going to kick the back of the Bezier tool out. Now, as I get to the bottom here, I know I can get around this corner as far as as this. So as I'm clicking and I'm dragging, I'm pulling out, and I'm heading back up and around again. So quite quickly. Something like this is just great practice for you. It's just going to, come a bit too far on the inside there, but hey, as this isn't someone's particular logo, and we want to make it our own, let's make this gecko's feet. Let's make this gecko's feet a little bit different. Okay, we're going to have a little bit of fun with this gecko. We're going to change some colours, and so working your way around, all the way around the outside. If you want to, you're more than welcome to pause this video or shut me up talking, so you can just go off and grab yourself something to trace. Okay. And this reminds me of the days, just like before we had computers to do this, we use tracing paper, and it's exactly the same principles. You're laying the object down underneath there, and you're just tracing around the outside with a pencil. It's great and a little bit therapeutic. I do this all day, every day, as you can probably tell, and it's way up all over the place there. Don't worry. This was right over here. I can get right around this corner. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's cool. I'll go over there. And he wants to have his own tail anyway. He doesn't want to have the standard gecko internet tail. I think I might kind of a bit rubbish there as I'm rushing. I don't want this video to go on forever, but I will come back and I'll tidy a few areas up as we go. Don't want to get a name for someone that does shoddy drawing out there. Let's do his toes. Actually, I have a house in Spain and I have a gecko out there that lives in my outside. I've got like a little storage room outside, and there's a little gecko in there. Very, very cute. Comes out all the time. Sits on the wall outside. And on that side. So this is making me feel a little bit homesick as I'm drawing this. At the moment, it is the summer in the UK, and where I'm sat in my office, it is raining heavily. It's not looking too bad. I'll be quite happy with this. And you can see here you can build these skills rather quickly, and just practice all the time drawing. It just is great. And this gecko, he should be green, shouldn't he? Actually, my dad once called a gecko a geeko, which made me laugh. And so we might stick some glasses on this little fella. Let's go right at the top there and close that now. I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm going to just pick up the shape tool because I just want to tidy a few parts up. I wasn't happy with his tail. I want to take that node out there. Look, that's going to give me a smoother edge. Whizzing in and out using the roller wheel. That's all right. That's cool. Let's give a nice smoother edge here. So I double click on that node and that just takes that out. And if you want to put one back in, find the line, double click on it, gives you a point, and then you can just pull that point straight out. Let's go down, let's sort his back leg out. That toe, he's got a dodgy toe, we can't have that. Let's move that in a little bit. And I have to sort his tail out, so I'm going to grab a handle and pull that out. This one here, let's just straighten him out as well. So yeah, that'll do. Let's not be too fussy about him. Oh, that's not good. Let's just, I use this handle over here, so that'll just help me just pull that back around a little bit, put another point in there. Okay, that's cool. That'll do for me for a minute. I don't want to bore you to death. So what I can do now is I can click this gecko and I can move him over there. And let's give him a green colour. So let's go back over to the colour palette on the right hand side and click down with the left mouse button, and then I'm going to go up and right click to get rid of my outline. And I can see now, yeah, there probably is a few areas like, this is a bit of a fat toe, that's a bit of a sharp edge on there. And if I took that out, oh, that's not good, is it? So that's not going to work. But let's smooth that out a little bit. Let's bring that back over a little bit there. Let's just give it a bit more shape. I've got to just sort that fat toe out. Maybe you got that caught in my door. Let's do that. Okay, I'm quite pleased with that. Right, I just want to show you something else. Okay, and I don't want you to get used to using this tool, but it is going to save you time, and it is only going to work if you have a really good image to start with. Okay, and that is the trace tool. Okay, so the tool we've used there is the Bezier. Now, if you've got a bitmap image on screen, you're going to want to make sure that it's unlocked, okay, for this particular tool. And so you can click on this image, and again, you see your transformation bar. It's giving you hints and different features for depending on the tool that you're using at the time. And it's noticed that you've actually got a bitmap selected at the moment. So what it's giving you is this option here called a trace tool. And because this is a very straightforward black and white trace image, it's going to probably work very well. Obviously, if it's very low res, it's going to give you all sorts of problems and it's really not going to be usable. So let's go over and let's click on the quick trace option. So on the drop down menu, hit quick trace, and that's done it. Okay, so it was very, very quick. Now I'm going to click on this gecko and I'm going to move it across. So now we have your original bitmap, which you can see because it's signified by it's popping up with the trace. We've got our new traced vector of the gecko, and we've got the one that I drew over here. So we've got three options. And sometimes it's just going to save you so much time. but it only really works. And I don't want you to get lazy. That's the thing. It's so easy to use some of these tools, and they are there to help you. But you know, it's fundamentally important that if you want to become a really good designer or a t-shirt printer, that you know how to use these tools. And you know, I don't like teaching my guys in the factory, even though it's going to save me time. I don't want them being lazy and not having those skills, because you know, not all the time is that trace tool going to get you out of trouble. Okay, so at the same time as well, because there's two color components to this actual bitmap image, which is the white and the black, you will notice that you have actually got a white block around that if you put it over the top of something. Just to signify that, what I'm going to do is just, because the whole logo is highlighted, I'm just going to click on a color with the right mouse button, and there you can see that you have that outline. Now you wouldn't want that outline, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it once with the left mouse button and go across to the transformation tool, ungroup the objects, and then I'm going to select on the components there and click delete to remove it, and there and underneath there, and that's now given me my gecko in one little gecko on his own. One little gecko. Okay, I'm going to stop the video, then we're going to move on and have a little play with this gecko.